What happens if your total cost or your profit column have disappeared on your reseller spreadsheet? Today, I'm going to show you a simple fix to get that back in order. So let's jump over to my sheet now. So looking at the sales tab, let's scroll all the way over to the profit and loss and the total fees columns. You'll notice that most of my data has disappeared, and you may be freaking out, but this is a very simple fix. In order to fix this, we're going to go all the way back to the left-hand side of your sheet. You'll notice row 12 is missing between 11 and 13, and it's been hidden on this sheet. You'll see an up and a down arrow. You can click either one of those, and it will open up and expand row 12 so that you can see it. Then when we scroll all the way back over to the columns that seem to have disappeared, you'll notice some error messages on the formulas that are preventing the formula from working correctly. If you do happen to have some ref errors in either or both of these columns, here's how you correct it. We're going to hover over the cell that has the error, and you'll notice that a little blurb comes up, and it's kind of confusing to understand. But basically, it's saying the formula could not trickle down on this column because of something that was entered in cell V21. This is column V, and here's row 21. So where V and 21 come together, there's data there that's been entered manually that's preventing the formula from working. These columns are supposed to calculate automatically, meaning you don't need to do anything. But if you do actually type something in these columns, it's going to trip up the formula. So again, clicking on this ref, it's telling me V21 has data that's been manually typed in. So I'm going to click V21. I'm going to delete, and then you'll notice that the formula trickles down again, and it starts working. And then if we do the same thing over here, W21 has the same thing. We typed something in W21. It doesn't like that. If we just click into that cell, hit delete, it will now allow the formula to work. So this formula goes all the way down the page, and if it encounters a manual entry, it halts and then makes all the data disappear. So that's the first way to quickly get your profit and loss and your total fees columns to work again if they're not working. We can go back, highlight row 12, right click, and then select hide row, and that will hide the row again to make sure that the formulas don't get deleted in the future. Here's another common example that I've seen and a quick way to fix it. So if you happen to see a hashtag value message in either of these columns, it means that there is an entry that is non-numerical. It's not a number, and we just need to find it. And it's telling you the row that it's in already based on where you see it. So right here, we have a hashtag value error. So let's highlight this row just to make it very simple. And in this row somewhere is an error you've probably already found because it's just glaring at you. The 4.40. Obviously 4 with 2 periods and then 40 cents doesn't make sense to the formula. But you can also figure this out by hovering over the value error message, and it's telling you 4.40 isn't a number. It doesn't make sense. So once we correct that to what it should be, it will restore the formula and display correctly what your fees and profit and loss are. And sometimes it's not as easy as that to find. I've seen other people's sheets where there's an error and I'm looking at the numbers and I don't see the issue. But taking the same example, if you see the hashtag value error, you know it's in that row. So what I'll do is I'll just go through and retype all these numbers in the way they should be. And sometimes that will fix the issue. If I've typed all the numbers in and that didn't seem to correct the issue, sometimes there's a digit in one of these cells that is hard to see, but it's not liking that digit. So if you'll notice right here, I accidentally typed in a period in the promoted fee, and I'm still getting the hashtag value. You can find that by clicking on hovering over the value, but I'll just take away that period, and there it is. So just keep in mind, very simply, if you have the hashtag value, it's somewhere in that row that you need to correct a number to make it a number or to remove a digit. Well, I hope that was helpful for you. That should do the trick for you, and if not, reach out and let me know. Thanks.